Welcome to my 1-year review of the Logitech MX Keys. I just did the math on roughly how many hours I've used this keyboard over the last year, and it comes out to around 2,200 hours. Wow, that is a lot of time spent on one keyboard. Some quick info before the review. This keyboard comes in at around $100 US, and the battery can last up to 5 months without the backlighting. I usually keep the backlighting turned on, and I've had the keyboard last up to 3 weeks without actually having to charge it. Okay, so let's get into the honest review. Before I started using the MX Keys, I was a regular mechanical keyboard user. I love the sound of tapping those keys. I was typically using my mechanical keyboard for after work to game on or to do some studying. But last year I started a work from home job and found the need to be able to switch between 3 different systems throughout the day. After moving my mechanical keyboard from one machine to the next throughout the day, I eventually got pretty annoyed, and I pulled out one of my older keyboards. So there I was, with 2 keyboards on a relatively small desk. That wasn't fun at all. At that point, I needed a new keyboard and wanted something that allowed me the keyboard functionality that a KVM offered, so a keyboard video mouse. After doing some research, I came across the Logitech MX Keys and the MX Master 3 mouse. The two together seemed like a good deal. Oh, another thing, I needed the ability to have the keyboard connect flawlessly to Windows, Linux, and Mac. Once I saw the MX series offered that capability, I went for it. I'll be honest, it took me a good few weeks to get used to how light the keys were. Coming from a mechanical keyboard where, while the keys on a mechanical keyboard don't feel heavy, they're more responsive. You feel like there's more weight behind you pressing a button. But after that, I fell in love with the feel and functionality of the MX Keys. So what have I used this keyboard for over 2,200 hours? Well, work, programming, and some gaming. Yes, you heard me right. I used this keyboard to game with. It actually wasn't too bad. Sure, I didn't get the same response or feeling you'd get from gaming on a mechanical keyboard. However, it was gameable. So to those who've said that mechanical keyboards are better than any other keyboard, I'll quote one of my favorite characters. Who decided that? The MX Keys is a legit contender for one of the best keyboards I've ever used. But hey, if they can make a mechanical version of the MX Keys, I'd definitely pay top dollar for that. And I'm sure plenty of others would as well. So here's a quick breakdown of the good and the bad of the Logitech MX Keys. So let's start with the good. First off, it was easy to switch between different systems using the system switches at the top right of the keyboard. I flawlessly switch from Windows to Linux to Mac whenever I need to. It has a full number pad and is a pretty thin keyboard, which is great if you need to move around. It has a smooth finish and comfortable keys. It's very affordable. At $100, some keyboards can get up to the several $100 mark. And as I mentioned before, it works great with also Windows, Linux, and Mac, and has key mappings for both Windows and Mac. So what about the bad? Not as loud as I would like the keyboard to sound, but that could go in the good category depending on your needs. If you need something quiet in an office setting, this is the keyboard for you. It would be nice if the keyboard had the ability to adjust the angle at which you have to type. And by that I mean so your hands don't get too uncomfortable after long hours. I know they do offer a wrist pad, so you could look into that as well. Having a mechanical version would be pretty awesome. Mechanical keyboards are great as well, but the MX Keys I think is better. But hey, if you can combine both worlds, why not? Alright, so that is the end of my 1-year review of the MX Keys. I hope that this helps you decide on which keyboard to get. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Also, if you're interested in tech or cybersecurity, Be sure to check out my other videos. Thanks.